Okay, so today's message is going to be a then versus now. We're going to do like a breakdown of the connection that you and your person share. Where their heart was then, where their heart is now, how this connection has evolved over time, and what has changed between the two of you. So let's go ahead and kind of jump right in and see what came through. Okay, so the first card that came out is this card that says, I love your scent. Back then, your person was deeply drawn to your presence. It wasn't just about the way you physically smelled, it was the feeling that came over them whenever they were around you. It's like your energy brought them comfort, excitement, and a sense of familiarity that kind of stayed with them long after you were gone. And even when the two of you like weren't together, certain memories reminded them of you because your presence, it kind of like left a lasting impression on them. And they carried those memories with them even if they never admitted how much um, they simply miss being around you. Okay, so the next card that came out is this card that says you are one of a kind. Back then, your person already knew there was something different about you. It's like they saw qualities in you that they couldn't easily find in anyone else. Whether it was your heart, your personality, the way you loved, or just the way you carry yourself. It's like they recognized that you stood out, and deep down, they saw you as someone who was special to them. Okay, now the next card that came out is this card that says, I want to make you feel good. Back then, your person genuinely wanted to make you happy. It's like they wanted to be someone who brought peace into your life instead of stress. And they wanted to make you smile, make you laugh, and give you experiences that made you feel loved and appreciated. It's like the desire was there, but they weren't always emotionally equipped to follow through consistently. And it's like their heart wanted one thing, but their fears and personal struggles kind of caused their actions to fall short of their true intentions. Okay, now the next card that came out is this card that says, I want to give you a gift. Back then, your person wanted to express how much you meant to them. And for some of you, they may have wanted to give you something thoughtful or meaningful. But for others, the gift was much deeper than something material. It's like they wanted to give you more of themselves, more of their attention, their affection, their time. And they wanted to give you the love that they had been holding back. This is someone who thought about showing you how much they cared, but hesitation kept them from acting on those feelings the way that they wanted to. Okay? Now, the next card that came out is this card that says, my biggest mistake was lying to you about how I really feel. Back then, your person wanted to be honest with you about their emotions, but they weren't. This is someone who may have became distant. They sent mixed signals, and they pretended their feelings weren't as strong as they actually were. And it's like now looking back, they recognize that hiding their emotions, it only created confusion and distance between the two of you. They understand now that being emotionally unavailable or just refusing to speak their truth, it became one of their biggest mistakes that they made when it comes to the connection that you two share. Okay, now the next card that came out is this card that says, "Do you still think about me?" Back then, they spent a lot of time wondering if you still thought about them. They were questioning if you. This is someone who was wondering if you missed them or whether you had already moved on. Instead of asking you directly, it's like they kept those questions to themselves. And this is someone who cared deeply but allowed fear and uncertainty to keep them stuck inside of their own like head, inside of their own thoughts, instead of, seeking clarity for what they were thinking. Okay, now the overall energy is this card that says, "I wanted to tell you how I felt, but I got scared." So this is the overall energy from your person then. It's like they had feelings for you, but fear had more control than love did. And they wanted to open up and tell you how they truly felt and kind of move the connection forward. But every time they got close to being vulnerable, they talked themselves out of it. Whether it was like fear of rejection, fear of change, or fear of being emotionally exposed, they allowed fears to silence them. So the feelings for you were always there. They just didn't have the courage to express them at the time. Okay, so I'm going to clear this spread out and then I'm going to pull from another deck to kind of get some now energy on how your person is feeling now. What's going on now with your person as well? Okay, so the first card that came out in this now, how do they feel about you now deck? They're doing the inner work. This card says healing, self improvement, changes. So now your person is more focused on becoming a better version of themselves. It's like they're taking responsibility for the areas of their life that needed healing instead of pretending everything was okay. This is someone who is also learning from the past. They've been working through emotional baggage. And they've been making changes that they felt like was necessary. If they want, a healthier if they want healthier relationships moving forward, is what I'm getting. This definitely isn't someone who's just thinking about changing. It's like they're actively trying to grow into the person they wish they had been before. Okay? Now, the next card that came out, this card says they want to build a stronger bond. This card says partnership, closeness, and bond. Now your person wants a relationship that's built on trust, consistency, honesty, and emotional closeness. This is someone who is no longer thinking about temporary feelings or, you know, temporary interactions. They want something solid that can, withstand challenges. This person's mindset has shifted from simply wanting a connection to wanting a partnership where both of you can build something meaningful together. Okay, now the next card that came out is this card that says you are one of a kind to them. This card says unique, admiration, recognition. Now your person's admiration for you has only grown stronger. This came out in the last spread as well. You are one of a kind. And it's like time has given them more clarity, and they've come to appreciate just how rare you are. They don't see you as someone who can easily be replaced because they've realized the qualities you bring into a relationship aren't common. Their respect for you has deepened as well, and they recognize that your value goes beyond attraction. This is someone who genuinely sees you as someone who stands apart from everyone else. Okay, now the next card that came out is this card that says, I want to grow a family with you. This card says legacy, growth, family. This is someone who is now thinking about long term. They're imagining building a future with you that's rooted in love, stability, and growth. Now, for some of you, this could mean marriage, children, blending families, but for others, it's about creating a peaceful home, building a legacy, and sharing life together. Either way, they're no longer focused on temporary happiness. This is someone who is thinking about what the two of you could build over a lifetime. Okay, now the next card that came out, it says, I want to grow old with you. This card says forever, lifetime, and a lasting partnership. Now your person isn't just thinking about being with you today. It's like they're thinking about spending the rest of their life with you. They want a relationship that lasts through every season of life. And they're imagining growing old together with you, supporting one another, and continuing to choose each other year after year. Okay? This card, it also shows someone whose feelings have matured into a desire for a lasting commitment rather than a short term fulfillment. Okay, now the next card that came out is this card that says they want to explain themselves. This card says truth, explanation, and opening up. Now your person feels ready to like open up in ways they couldn't before. They want the opportunity to explain their actions, their fears, and the emotions they struggle to communicate in the past. It's like they understand that some conversations need they feel like they understand that some conversations need to happen if there's going to be healing. So instead of like hiding behind silence, they want to give you the honesty and clarity they believe you deserved all along. Okay, now the next card that came out, it says they want to clear the air. This card says honesty, conversation, understanding. Now your person wants to remove all confusion that may still exist between the two of you. It's like they want an honest conversation. This could be a heart to heart conversation, but they just want an honest conversation where both of you can express yourselves openly and finally understand each other's perspective. This is someone who has come to the conclusion of I'm hearing avoiding. So they're realizing that avoiding difficult conversations only create more distance. And they feel like being honest, it creates space for um, forgiveness, healing, and a stronger foundation moving forward. Okay? Now, the last card that came out is this card that says they want to take you out. This card says date, romantic experience, and spending time together, or just spending time with you. It's like now your person wants to spend um, intentional time with you. They want to create new memories instead of staying stuck in the old ones. Whether it's like going on a date, sharing a meal, or simply enjoying each other's company, they want the chance to reconnect in a way that feels more genuine, more open, more relaxed. This is someone who also wants their actions to match their feelings that they've been carrying inside. Okay, now the overall energy is this card that says they need time to think. This card says reflection, processing, and patience. Right now, your person isn't running from the connection. It's like they're reflecting on it. They're taking time to process everything that they've learned, everything that they've experienced, and everything that they want moving forward when it comes to this connection that you two share. This is someone who does not um, want to make decisions based off of fear or impulse anymore. Instead, they're trying to approach this connection with more maturity, more wisdom, and more emotional awareness. This is it seems like this person is more settled now emotionally. But they want to be sure that when they move forward, they're doing it in a way that creates something healthy, something stable, and something that is built to last. Okay? So I'm going to move on to the last spread or the last deck, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the Tarot Grand Lux deck that I'm using. And based on the way that these cards came out, I honestly don't feel like this is your person's energy. This feels like someone from your past whose energy is like still lingering in the background of your story. Okay, so the first card that came out is this Five of Wands card. This tells me that this person is like still carrying conflict. This could be someone who always seemed to create unnecessary drama, tension. This could be competition. For some of you, this person may still be like comparing themselves to where you are in life today. If they know about your current person or the connection that you two share, this could suggest that they're struggling um, with feelings of jealousy or comparison. And instead of accepting that the chapter has ended, they may still be emotionally wrestling with the fact that you've moved forward while they're still looking back. Okay, now the next card that came out is this Seven of Swords energy. This feels like someone who wasn't always upfront about their intentions. It's like this card can point to like deception, manipulation, avoiding accountability, trying to work behind the scenes instead of addressing things honestly. It's like looking at the image on this card. It's almost like someone is trying to take what doesn't belong to them while hoping nobody notices. And for some of you, this could represent someone who handled situations in ways that created unnecessary confusion or conflict. And instead of like communicating openly, they may have chosen actions that ultimately made things worse for everyone involved. Okay, now the next card that came out is this Emperor card. It's like this Emperor feels like someone who wanted to maintain control. This could have been someone who believed they had authority over your life, your decisions, your future. For some of you, especially if you had children with this person or a child with this person, they may have believed that the connection will always give them some level of influence or access over you. But what really stands out with this energy is that control seems to have been challenged. Whatever control they thought they had, it was challenged with the actions that they took. They may have expected things to go one way, only to realize that they couldn't control your healing, your growth, or the direction your life was taking. Okay, so the next card that came out is this Five of Coins card. Now this person is like sitting with the reality of being left out in the cold. Whether you physically walked away emotionally detached from this person or simply just stopped giving them access to your energy, they're being forced to experience what that separation feels like. This is someone who is like feeling the weight of the distance. And they're recognizing that they no longer have a place in your life. And this realization, it isn't sitting well with them, with the Five of Coins being here. Now the next card that came out is the Nine of Cups reversed. This tells me that this person isn't emotionally satisfied with how things played out. Things didn't unfold the way they imagined they would. And whatever they expected to like gain, whether it was control, attention, validation, or another chance, it doesn't appear to have brought them the fulfillment they were looking for. It's like instead they seem to be left reflecting on disappointment and the consequences of the choices that um, didn't produce the outcome that they hoped, with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Now the next card that came out is the Six of Cups energy. The Six of Cups brings you back to the past. And this is someone who is stuck in that energy. They're always thinking about the past. This person seems to be spending a lot of time reflecting on old memories, old situations, and what used to be, rather than fully embracing where life is now. Yeah, it's like part of their energy still seems connected to a chapter that's already closed. And if they haven't made peace with the past, those memories may continue to influence how they think, how they act, how they feel, and how how they respond to what's happening around them today. Okay, now the overall energy from this spread is the Empress card. I feel like this is your energy. Meanwhile, your overall energy is the Empress. This tells me you've been focused on nurturing your own life instead of staying stuck in the past. And it's like you're pouring into yourself, your peace, your home life. If you have children, you're pouring into your children and the future that you're creating. And it's like the Empress energy does not chase what's behind her. She grows where she's planted. And she protects what she has built. This is someone who knows their worth and continues to move forward. Now, when I take a step back and look at this entire spread, it almost feels like two completely different paths. On one side, you have someone who's still carrying unresolved emotions about the past. And on the other side, you have someone who's continued growing into a stronger, wiser, and more grounded version of themselves. If this past person is aware of your current connection, it's like these cards could suggest that they're struggling with seeing you move forward while they're still processing what was lost. Yeah. Whether that's like showing up as jealousy, comparison, or unresolved feelings, it's like the bigger message is that this entire message, or the entire reading, is not about them. It's about the contrast. One energy is still looking backward while the other has already started like building a new chapter. Now, I did want to kind of clarify what this Seven of Swords energy is, and also who is this Emperor. Now, the first card that came out to clarify the Seven of Swords energy is the High Priestess. This definitely tells me that not everything is like being shown on the surface. This could mean a lot happened behind the scenes that you don't know. This could be things that you don't even need to know. But this feels like someone who's keeping a lot to themselves. Their emotions, their thoughts, their true intentions. The way that they feel about the past, they have never expressed openly to anyone. This is someone who have just simply lied with the Seven of Swords. They kept everything hidden. And instead of bringing everything into the light, this person seems to be like operating quietly. I'm hearing from deception, or they just did everything out of deception, whatever they did do in the Seven of Swords energy. Yeah, this is someone who is definitely hiding a lot. They don't want people to know. Now, the card that came out for this Emperor energy is the Five of Cups. It's like on the outside, this person may have wanted to appear strong, confident, like this Emperor, and in control. And they kind of carried themselves as if nothing affected them. But underneath everything, this Five of Cups energy is regret, disappointment, grief, and being stuck on what's already lost, what's already gone. feels like someone who's trying to maintain their pride while quietly struggling with the outcome of the situation. And as I say, they don't show the way that they feel to other people. But deep down, this is someone who cannot move forward. And they're still looking back at what didn't work out instead of fully accepting what's in front of them. Which is like these two cups. They're focused on the cups that have, fallen over, what's already gone. Now, what I find interesting is that this doesn't feel like we're looking at who this person used to be. It feels like we're looking at someone who never completely moved on from that chapter. It's like the Six of Cups keeps bringing the energy, bringing the reading back to the past. While the Five of Cups shows someone who's still emotionally attached to what happened. The High Priestess definitely tells that a lot has been hidden. It's a lot that this person just don't want other people to know. And they're still stuck in that unresolved emotional energy. And this is someone who may have physically moved on with life, but emotionally, there are parts of this person that they just haven't released because they're stuck in the Five of Cups, like stuck in guilt. So, whoever your person is, I feel like their cards were about healing, self improvement, building a stronger bond, explaining themselves, wanting a future with you. Versus this past person, their cards were centered around conflict, hidden emotions, regret, disappointment, and being like stuck in the past, focusing on what's already gone. And it's almost like you're looking at two completely different emotional directions. One energy is trying to build a future, while the other seems to just be, emotionally tied to the past. And it's like these cards, they don't actually tell us why that person is still there. But they paint a picture of someone who doesn't appear to have fully made peace with what happened, and they're stuck in regret about it. Okay, so I feel like overall what stands out to me is just how much this connection has evolved between you and your person. It's like back then, your person clearly had feelings for you, but fear, hesitation, and emotional immaturity, it just kept them from, fully expressing what was on their heart. And now their energy feels a lot different. There's been like a major shift, and it shows someone who's healing, they're growing and thinking about building something real and lasting with you. Okay? Now, what's important is that this past energy doesn't appear to be defining your future. The cards show that while someone else may still be holding on to, yesterday, you and your person's connection has continued to move in a different direction. It's like one energy is focused on the past while the other is focused on healing, growth, and possibly building something stronger. Now, if there is one message to take away from this reading, it's that not everyone will move on at the same pace. But someone else's inability to let go doesn't stop your life, from moving forward or prevent what's meant for you from finding its way to you. Okay, so as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And remember that tarot is here to offer guidance and insight, not to make decisions for you. So thank you for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next reading.